Hey everybody, Steve Murphy here, Boom CEO and your host of Jackpot Tonight. Gary's on vacation. For those of you who don't have the sound on when you register for contests, you really should, because you will hear a sweet audio Easter egg of a soulful individual saying boom shakalaka. It's probably one of my favorite parts of the app. So next time you register for a contest, make sure your audio is on. We tried to do that sound ourselves. We've got a team of about 7 people at Boom, and we try to each record ourselves saying boom shakalaka, and it didn't come out so well. And so we actually hired they call them voice actors to do it, and I think it turned out pretty sweet. He also does radio commercials. So again, next time you register for a contest, hit the make sure your sound is on so you can hear it. Hey, so with that aside, welcome to Jackpot Tonight. For those of you who have never seen this show before, Jackpot Tonight is a nightly live streaming show that we do at Boom Fantasy, where we track the Mighty Dollar Jackpot and see who's winning, who has a chance to win, and if no one wins, what will happen tomorrow. The Mighty Dollar Jackpot is our most popular contest with just a $1 entry and 4 questions to answer. It's an easy way to 100x or more your money. Tonight, the prize is $100, and let's dive right in. Right now, it looks like there are, well, I was just going to say there's 2 people who are 3 of 4 in the leaderboard, but that just shot up to about 8 people. And that must be, yeah, so it looks like in this early slate of games, we got Kyrie, who's winning on points, which I'm sure a lot of people chose, Randall with 10 rebounds, Dinwiddie ahead on assists, and Steph Curry right now is at 21 points, which is a total that's a little lower than his average, but right in range. And the Warriors have a 23-point lead with 5 minutes to go against the lowly Knicks. And so you got to think that is going to be it for Curry. In fact, yeah, there's no way he's going back on the court. He's already, clothes are on. He's going to be stuck at 21. So we know that one should be pretty locked. So let's skim the leaderboard and see who has a chance of taking it down. I see Corey White has that question, so let's see what he needs to have it. So yeah, actually Corey White, I take that back. Corey White 54 actually has the Anthony Davis question nailed, but that game is not even close to done. There's 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Anthony Davis already has 35 points. So Corey White, although he's at the top of our leaderboard right now, that doesn't look likely. I'm trying to see what the score of that game is. If anyone sees it. Oh, yeah. Actually, yeah. So the Pelicans are only up 1. So, yeah, Anthony Davis is certainly not done for the night. So, and just as I say that, he already has 37. Anthony Davis, such a beast. So that'll fluctuate the leaderboard for everybody who has Anthony Davis points. That'll go in and out for the rest of the night. So right now, looking at the Mighty Dollar Jackpot leaderboard, we've got 3 individuals. Corey White, 54, Can of Corn, 82, and Kunduz, 3. Another Anthony Davis total for that guy, so he probably won't do it. So let's look at Can of Corn, 82. He's one of the guys at 3 of 4 who may have a chance here. So he's got Steph Curry nailed at 21. And like I said, that's effectively over. He's got Dinwiddie with assists, who's up 3 on ball. That's in very, very good shape. And then he has Randall with rebounds. And Randall is up 3. You got to like him there. The one question he has wrong as of now is DeRozan. So he has DeRozan with 20 points. And now Durant has 22, who's ahead of him. But again, Durant's done for the night. And then he has Irving at 25. So he needs DeRozan to effectively have another 6 points or more to win that question and win the jackpot, assuming Irving is finished for the night. So DeRozan's going to be the guy you watch now for the rest of the match, and really Can of Corn 82. So again, everybody who's joining us for the first time, my name is Steve Murphy. I am the co-founder and CEO of Boom Fantasy, and I'm also your solo host tonight for Jackpot Tonight. Jackpot Tonight is a nightly live streaming show that we do. Usually I'm joined with my colleague Gary, but Gary's on vacation till Wednesday, where we talk about the jackpot, we talk about what's just going on in the world of sports, and we just kind of shoot the breeze with everything that's going on. I'm lucky to be here tonight because it was really touch and go whether I would get my 2-year-old daughter down for bed tonight. I succeeded, good for me. A bit of trivia on my daughter. I made her middle name Shea, S-H-E-A, after the old Mets stadium, because I wanted her to have that pain and anguish in her life of being a Mets fan. I don't know if that makes me a terrible father or a wise one. The jury is still out there. Also, for those of you who have kids and you have Netflix, I highly recommend Moana. Of all the kids' movies that I've watched 50 plus times, that one isn't as annoying on the 50th try. So, a little tip for you guys, for those of you who have children and or like Disney movies. So yeah, Mighty Dollar, jackpot, going strong. Right now, like I said, Can of Corn 82 is your biggest contender. Though I'm actually wondering if DeRozan's even still in that game. So I'm gonna check that out, see what the score is of that game, because that one may not even be as close as we think. Ooh, and that game's a blowout too. So not looking good for anybody for this early slate of games. There is the late slate of NBA games. We'll see if someone takes it down, but if not, the jackpot will go up to probably about 150 plus tomorrow, so you have that to look forward to. I noticed B. Haas was also contending earlier in the night before things went awry. And the reason why the jackpot's at $100 today is because we had a big winner last night. We had a winner in the NASCAR contest. Ricky Morris took it down. Ricky Morris is a relatively new player to Boom. I believe he only registered maybe a week and a half ago, and he already won his first jackpot contest. So congratulations to Ricky, showing that it can be done pretty early on. It's not as if you have to play every day, and one of the reasons why people seem to like Boom is we really limit the amount of research that you need. In fact, you don't really need to research at all, and if you want to look into stats, you can do that. We have a button at the bottom that basically has stats of all the players and their past 5 games. And Gary, who's usually on air with me, will tell you that that's the kind of place you go to really dive into the details and help select your pick. But you don't really need to do too much research to have a chance here. And so it's great to see new players win. So congratulations to Ricky Morris. For those of you who are interested in more strategy, more Boom strategy, we're starting to do a daily show during the late afternoons, hosted by the guys at Daily Fantasy Insider. A couple of you have mentioned that, listen, this is kind of happening during the workday. Some of us do have jobs, unfortunately, and so asking if we can replay it later in the day. And we are going to do that. So we're going to start posting these in the water cooler section. We're also going to create a dedicated Boom TV section of the app. Give us, a couple weeks to build that out, but that is coming. So we definitely hear you loud and clear for those of you who want to have this content available later on. So thank you for that feedback. Very helpful. So yeah, people are asking, when can we use these Boom coins? You actually can use them now. So yeah, Boom coins, for those of you who are like, what are these things in the lobby? You can collect 100 of them every 6 hours. So if you're one of those people who check your phone all the time, come into Boom, collect your free coins. When you get up to 5,000, you can exchange them for a free Mighty Dollar jackpot ticket. Over the course of the next few weeks, the next couple months, we're going to be adding a whole bunch of other cool stuff you can do with them in terms of free contests and other things you can enter, sort of like sweepstakes stuff. So feel free to redeem them now if you want the free tickets, but there will be other stuff later on as well if you want to just keep collecting them. So thanks to B. Haas 1993, who answered, I know Tybo, which also, I know Tybo is a great handle. When he asked, when can we use these tokens? And B. Haas responded, you can use them on your account once you have 5,000. That is correct. So yeah, again, for those of you who are just joining, I'm Steve Murphy. I'm one of the co-founders of Boom Fantasy, and this is our nightly live streaming show, Jackpot Tonight. Jackpot Tonight's now been going about 3 weeks strong, so it's a relatively new show. But we've been happy with people say that they can't make it every night, but when they can, they enjoy it. So we're going to keep on doing this for you guys and basically track the performances each night of you guys, because on Boom, you guys are the stars. You guys are the athletes competing. And like I said, last night we had a winner in the jackpot with Ricky Morris. Tonight, it looks like there won't be a winner, at least in the early slates. We'll see what happens in the late slates. Though just as I'm saying that, I see a couple new players jump to the top of the leaderboard. So Bay Area Kid 87, I recognize that handle. I think Bay Area has done well in the past. Right now he has Anthony Davis at 37, but again, still third quarter there. You got to think Anthony Davis is going to shoot past that. He has Rondo in assists, which Rondo is well ahead. Steven Adams in rebounds, slight lead, 1 rebound lead. But then he has Russell Westbrook for points, and Westbrook only has 6 at the end of the third. The leader of that category is Warren with 19. That's a tough one. Even though Bay Area Kid has 3 or 4, he's at the top of the leaderboard. I don't think the odds are very good that he's going to take that down. We got Philly Champion. Philly Champion has the exact same picks. So he's got the same 3 correct picks, but then he also has Westbrook for points. So Westbrook could go off in the fourth quarter, and it'd be a split 2-way tie, but I think it's more likely than not that not only will that not happen, but Anthony Davis will probably not stay at 37 points, and that both of these guys who are 3 or 4 will eventually go to 2 or 4, if not worse. So Can of Corn 82 is still your best contender, theoretically, but again, DeRozan's likely out of that game. He's been stuck on 20 for a while, and so it looks like Irving is going to win that points category. So that means, in all likelihood, we're going to have no Mighty Dollar Jackpot winners in this slate of games. We'll see if anyone hits it in the late night. But if no one hits it, the jackpot goes up. That is the beauty of the Mighty Dollar Jackpot. Every night that no one wins, the money goes up. So, it's always a bummer when you don't win, but it's not so bad when nobody wins, because when nobody wins, that money gets used for the jackpot the next day. So good luck tomorrow for those of you who submit an entry or two. And if you haven't checked it out, watch the Daily Fantasy Insider show. I think those guys put on a good product and some good analysis. It's part of a lot of new content we're going to be doing at Boom. And I say this every show, but I definitely mean it. And those of you who have reached out and given advice, I really appreciate it. Email us your thoughts. Email us your thoughts for content in terms of video content. Email us your thoughts for contest ideas in terms of new sort of formats. Both it could be very similar to what we already do, and it can be radically different. We have an incredible development team, completely in-house in New York, who are eager to build new things. And so, a lot of what we choose to build is based on player feedback. In fact, all of it is based on player feedback. So reach out, tell us what you're dying to see in the app, and we will make it happen. And I apologize if you hear a coughing dog to my left. That is my 8-year-old Labrador, still doing well, coughing up a storm. So yeah, Mighty Dollar Jackpot. It looks like there's gonna be no winner. I'm checking out the other big contest tonight. We have a $200 heads up contest. So again, jackpot contests are just one format you can play at Boom. So the jackpot contests are the gold contests, but you can also play tournaments where you play lots of other players, and we pay out the top 20 to 25% of the field, similar to other sort of tournament structures that you'll find online. And then we'll have heads up contests, 1v1. And so right now I'm looking at a 1v1 contest between I think they're arguably two of our best players on the product. So if you're facing them, beware. Labreezy 4. Labreezy 4, I feel like he's been playing over a year on Boom. He's been playing a long time. He's back and playing, and right now currently beating Rockboater 32, who Rockboater 32 has maybe been on the platform about a month and a half. But he's been doing very well. In fact, I want to see the Boom rankings to see just where Rockboater is on the rankings. So for those of you who didn't even know we had Boom rankings, right on the main page of the lobby, one of those smaller boxes, you can see how people are ranked based on their performances over jackpot contests, heads-up contests, tournaments, and all the above. So I'm looking at Rockboater, and right now I see Rockboater 32 is in 8th place overall in our standings. And I believe the overall standings are based off the last 6 months of play. I think it's around that. So if you look at monthly, you see Rock Boater is number 4. He's had a great month. So let's I'll read off the top players, and these are the players that I wouldn't say you need to avoid, but they've done quite well. Peter Yanidis, number 1, LBJ King, number 2, and Big Stickles, number 3. I see Stinger 88 is still number 4. Stinger 88 won 10 grand back. I believe it was in one of our big NFL contests. Stinger 88 is also an incredible poker player. He's one of the best poker players out there. A lot of those guys have the skills that cross over. But those are your big players in the rankings. But you can join the rankings too. If you play and you win, you can make that leaderboard. And again, we have them in Heads Up, we have them in Jackpot, and we're thinking about doing them at different price points too. So maybe a leaderboard for $100 and higher, or $5 and lower. We're thinking about adding that kind of contest. So let us know if that's something that you think we should build out. Let us know if there's like, the rankings are fine, you should actually be building this. Feel free to kind of let us know. So yeah, I'm just skimming these contests, these Jackpot Tonight contests, seeing if there's anyone we're rooting for. And it's still the same guys. It's still Bay Area Kid and Philly Champion. Both of those handles I recognize, who are 3 of 4. But Westbrook is still at 6 points. Warren's now up to 21. I think that's pretty much done. So for those of you hoping everyone loses tonight, your hope may be coming true. I see, a bunch of the 2 of 4s. We have SX Mercado, who was contending the other night. Goonie 1581, always a good handle. Joel Please has a couple 2 of 4 entries. Can of Corn has a few 2 of 4 entries. But yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to have a winner tonight, at least not in these early slate. We're going to sign off here before the late slate happens. Let's check out what the late slate has, though, in terms of the questions. So I'm going to open that up, NBA Monday night. And I can tell you right now, that's going to be a tough one because it's Harden. Harden is the lightning bolt player there. And we always try to put a big star for the lightning bolt. So it's really someone that you have some knowledge about, right? You have an opinion about Harden or Curry or LeBron or Durant, or any one of these Warriors players. But yeah, with Harden has just such a range that can be a tough one. Right now, though, Harden is actually, as I say that, Harden could put a point total that's somewhat in a limited range. He's got 5 early in the second quarter, so assuming he goes on a bit of a run, he could get near or just below his average. So we'll see where that happens. We got most points, Mitchell, Wiggins, Randolph, Green in Category 1. Category 2, we have rebounds, Gobert and Towns, Chris Paul, Rubio, Teague, and Fox for assists in question 3. So some difficult choices there. We'll see if anyone's able to nail them. But like I said, if not, Money Dollar Jackpot going up tomorrow, moving on up. And for those of you who are interested in our other jackpot contest, we've got the $2 progressive, 8 questions to win over $35,000 and growing every day. Again, we may make some changes to that soon, so stay tuned. Changes that you will like, I promise. The $3 100K jackpot, which we saw someone was this close to having a what would have been a winner in the $100,000 jackpot. I believe he got 7 perfect, including both lightning bolts, which again, not easy to do. But then he had 1 tie. That could have been our first 8 for 8 in the 100K, and we could have given our first $100,000 check out, which would have been awesome. We would have done a big boom check for that. We've given away, I think, 3 of these really oversized checks. 1 for 40 grand, another 2 for 10 or 15 grand in that range. Definitely for the $100,000 check and for the $1 million check, we will shell out a Happy Gilmore size check. So look out for that if and when you win. So yeah, these jackpots, and of course we have the $4 jackpot for $1 million, which is 9 questions. No one has gotten as close to that one as we've had for the 100K. But again, $4 for a chance to win $1 million. These contests are winnable, as we saw the other night with that near 100K miss. So check them out. And if you have any questions for me, again, email us at support@boomfantasy.com. Post them in the water cooler. We check the water cooler pretty regularly here. I'm looking at, okay, I'm noticing some comments in the chat. Bihas saying, I'm going to get that $2 progressive soon, so be ready. I believe it. Bihas is pretty good. Bihas and Joel Please both in the chat. Joel Please has had some success at the jackpot as well. Actually, there's a lot of good stuff there. So I'm just seeing these comments now. Yeah, not a good night. Didn't expect Kyrie to have the most. Yeah, Kyrie, I think you're not alone in that assessment. Any thoughts on cash out for crypto? From I Know Tybo. Joel, you're making fun of him, but I Know Tybo, we have actually had some cryptocurrency conversations in the office. We're still looking into it. We want to make sure, we're a licensed and regulated real money gaming company. So we have a license in the state of New York and a bunch of other places. And so we want to make sure that we don't do anything that would jeopardize our licensing. But as blockchain and cryptocurrency really gain legitimacy, and as more and more established companies go into that area, we're definitely looking into it, both in terms of creating perhaps our own, but as well as just allowing the big name cryptocurrencies on our platform. So we're looking into it, but still in the research phase. So don't get your hopes up for anything too soon on that. Looking at 6 of 8 is still 10. Yeah, someone got 6 of 8 in the $2 progressive. Yeah, I think that's definitely a win. I'm not sure exactly how much it pays. It may be $10. I think for the $1 million jackpot, obviously 9 of 9 is $1 million. If you go 8 of 9, you win $10,000. 7 of 9, you win $150, and then 6 of 9, you win, I believe, $10 or $20 in that range. And then again, for the $2 progressive, I think you do get a $10 prize as well. Yeah, Joel and Bihas talking up their chances in the jackpot. I believe it. I would not be surprised if one of you guys did win that $2 jackpot. Again, that's the Mighty Dollar is definitely our easiest, right? We have winners pretty much every week and usually multiple winners a week. The $2 progressive is, and then it gets progressively harder as it goes up. But the $2 progressive is the next easiest to win. Again, and we've had I think we've had 4 7 of 8s, I believe, in that. So people have gotten very close. In fact, I remember one we had, it was a 7 of 8 contest. They got both lightning bolts. They got all of the pick 'em out of 4, but they missed the very first question, which was, a verse question, player A versus player B. So they were really as close as you possibly could get to winning it. But because of that, it's now up to $35,000. I think that occurred much earlier in the $2 progressive. So it's gotten to be a pretty big prize. Again, almost our biggest. If someone hits that $2 jackpot, I think that'll be the second biggest prize ever won at Boom. Our biggest prize was a $40,000 to $1,000 takedown. So we look forward to crowning a 100K winner soon and a $1 million winner soon after that. But right now, 40 grand is the biggest. I think one of the things that we're kind of toying around with inside the office is to create sort of a Hall of Fame. Talk about, best entry ever submitted, some of the best winnings, perhaps even like some of the coolest posts in the water cooler, things like that. So if there's any categories you think we should include, again, let us know. So yeah, let's see. Not much more for me tonight. I'm just checking to see if there's any last minute stuff in the contest. And yeah, right now we don't have any 3 or 4s. We'll see how these final contests shake out. But I think it's more likely than not that we are going to have no winner tonight. And so tomorrow, Tuesday, we will have a bunch of slated games that you can compete for the Mighty Dollar Jackpot, the increased Mighty Dollar Jackpot. And let me see what is available. So tomorrow, we're going to have 4 different contests that you can submit Mighty Dollar Jackpot entries into. We have our normal Tuesday slate of games. We have our late night Tuesday slate of games. Then we have a contest specializing on the Wizards at the Bucks. And then for those of you hockey fans out there, we have a hockey contest. So a 4-question hockey contest that we're going to ask about points, assists, face-off wins, and then total saves of Matt Murray. So that'll be a fun one. Again, hockey is our newest addition that's come directly from people asking for it. So it's fun to have hockey. I think we first brought hockey back for the Olympics, and now we're just going to run NHL contests. As long as people continue to enter them, we're going to continue to run them. So always fun to have a new sport here at Boom. We've done everything from hot dog eating contests to, I think back in the day we did women's softball or women's basketball. We need to do more women's sports, especially the college sports. Now that we're going to do March Madness contests, we'll make sure to do both the men's and women's tournaments, because I think that'll be a lot of fun for people. I remember I went to college at Loyola Marymount. Loyola Marymount is known for their 1990 basketball team. We have not made a March Madness since, so it's been, let's see how good I can do math, 28 years. But one year the women's team made it, so we all went wild for that. But yeah, the men's team, it's tough. It's tough being in the same conference as Gonzaga. Gonzaga and St. Mary's are pretty much shoo-ins, and LMU is still trying. All right, with that, I'm going to sign off tonight. Again, I'm Steve Murphy. This was a solo episode of Jackpot Tonight. We're going to do one more of these solo nights tomorrow. And then Wednesday, assuming Gary's not too jet lagged, he'll join me, and we'll go back to our two-host format when we can. Thank you for joining us. Good luck in your jackpot contest tomorrow, and have fun. All right, bye everybody.